Greetings and salutations, friends. Welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, welcome. My name is Nicolas Chae. I'm a tech, lifestyle, and fashion YouTuber, but today we're talking about what is on my laptop. Now, a lot of people seem to be interested about the types of apps that I have on my phone, and similarly, people are really curious about what different types of apps I use on a daily basis on my laptop to help me with my productivity as well as schoolwork, content creation, and finally some entertainment purposes. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Now, before this video begins, the laptop is actually plugged in right here so that the display is going to be on this really nice monitor. For the majority of the time I've been home in quarantine, I have just hooked it up to this monitor because it's already here and set up, and I would always much rather prefer having a larger real estate. However, if I'm on the go, I'll just take my laptop with me and I'm able to still get my work done. Now, the laptop, like I said, is plugged in right here, but it is the 15-inch MacBook Pro, the 17 model, I think. I got it going into my freshman year of college, but for the past 3, almost 4 years now, it has not let me down. I edit all my videos on it. I do my photo editing. I consume content on it. There was this one time where I had to get the motherboard replaced, and that cost me about $800, but ever since that repair, it has been working fine. The second question I know a lot of you guys are going to ask is, what is the skin and the sticker that's on my MacBook? The skin is from a company called Fish Skin, which I will have linked in the description down below. They have some really high quality skins for your laptop, your tablet, or your phone, and the pattern that I've got going on is just really sick. I've been a huge fan of it, and it's been keeping my laptop protected. In addition to that, I just have an October's very own OVO Drake's brand sticker on it. It's just something that I rep. I don't like to put a lot of stickers on it except the ones that I actually care about. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the apps that I have on my laptop. Alright, so first off, if we take a look at my dock, I have some pretty standard apps, nothing too crazy, but I'll just start from left to right and give you the rundown. Obviously, Finder, this is where I'm able to look up any recent documents, any files I need, I'm able to quickly find. As you can see, I have my hard drive plugged in, which is called Zeus, and here I just have all my assets, finished videos, Premiere projects, Lightroom exports, and this just helps me keep track of everything. I am a fan of the grid view, and I have everything neatly organized in my Finder windows and on my side tabs. Now, one quick thing I will point out about the Finder is that I have this Creative Cloud Files folder, which essentially syncs across all my devices on my Adobe Creative Suite, allowing all my photos to stay synced. So that's a huge benefit if you have Adobe Creative Cloud, which I will talk about a little bit later. Obviously, I have the calendar app. There aren't too many things that I've got going on here, especially with it being summer, but this Friday I do have a senior shoot. So this next app is called Todoist, and I haven't been using it a ton because I just haven't done a ton of stuff lately, but basically I would use it to like split up the different tasks that I had. So if I have a YouTube video idea, it would either be in the script category, the film, the edit, or post. I actually really like the interface of this, especially when I needed to keep track of the different types of homework and assignment that I had in college, but in honesty, I've kind of moved on from it, but it is still a great to-do list tracker if you are looking for one. So it is called Todoist, which I think came from the name to do plus list to get Todoist. Next up, my browser of choice is going to be Google Chrome. I just think it's the most efficient way for me to get my work done. I love the fact that I can access the same tabs on my iPhone or my iPad using the same Chrome app. It's just a lot more intuitive and customizable than Safari, so Chrome has just been my default browser of choice. Next up, if we're talking about preferences, I am a Spotify user. Once again, I just love the flexibility of it, the fact that I'm able to see what my friends are listening to on the sidebar. And a huge thing I listen to a ton are going to be my daily mixes. Just provide you curated mixes based on what you've already listened to. So if I don't feel like doing the work of picking out a track, I will just put on a daily mix. Fun fact, our podcast is also available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and any other podcast platform you can think of. It's called Nick at Night featuring Apollo. We just uploaded our second episode, so make sure to go check it out, which we will link in the description down below. Listen to it on Spotify, whatever you choose. Notes app, pretty self-explanatory messages. Now, this app called Notion has honestly been super life-changing for my workflow and my productivity, and for some reason it's just taken over the YouTube community because everyone seems to be talking about how they're using Notion to keep track of their videos. But basically it's like an all-in-one workspace for all the different types of projects that you've got going on. So for me, currently the biggest thing I use it for is a video project tracker. Now, this template is downloaded from a YouTuber called Thomas Frank, where he provides this template for free, so I'll have that linked in the description down below as well. But basically what this allows me to do is type in the video title as well as the status of whether or not it's going to be an idea, it's in the research phase, we're already scripting it, or we're editing and it's ready to be published, and I can just change the status based on this color coordination. Another big thing is the tags. So depending on the type of video that it is, it can either be a vlog, it can be an episode of Chae Tech or fashion and lifestyle. I'm able to assign a tag, so from an overview glance, I'm able to quickly see what type of video this is about, column for the published date, and I use this to keep track of my videos and know which ones are going going up next on the channel. And finally, you have things like a sponsor so that we can keep track of which videos are actually being sponsored or not. Now, obviously from an overview glance, it looks pretty simple, but if you actually open it up, you can see that there's so much detail that you can input into each project. So you can also come up with your title ideas, keywords, sponsor information. You can make a list of the shots you need to get for your B-roll. So this has honestly been a huge game changer. Once again, it's from a YouTuber called Thomas Frank, and he actually explains how he uses this template in his workflow. So I highly recommend checking that out if you're looking to use Notion. Now, the next app I'm going to be talking about is the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark. Now, in all honesty, I have basically been using this app almost every day since I've been in quarantine. The reason being, I've basically gone through the entire US Netflix catalog and watched all the movies that I thought were decent. The great thing about Surfshark is that it is a VPN, or a virtual private network, which allows you to access content from so many different countries by changing the location of your IP address. Now, the way that Surfshark works is that there are a list of different countries that you're available to choose from, and basically once you connect to that location, you're able to access their entire Netflix catalog. And trust me guys, this has been a game changer because outside of the US, there are literally hundreds of movies and TV shows that aren't available to us in the States right now. So for example, if you connect to the Canada location, you can actually watch the Netflix series Snowpiercer, which once again is not available in the US, based on the movie by Bong Joon-ho, and it's honestly mind-blowing. I highly recommend watching it. Now, the great thing about Surfshark is that they have an unlimited number of devices that you can access it on. So I share this with my whole family, and it's been super clutch, especially during quarantine. Now, if you're interested, make sure to head to the link in my description and use my promo code Chae to get 80% off and 3 months for free. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Adobe Creative Suite and the apps that I've got downloaded from that. If you don't know, the Adobe Creative Suite essentially allows you access to all of the apps and software that Adobe has to offer. It's a great deal, especially for a student plan of $20 a month. If you're someone like me who creates content on a daily basis, then it's definitely a worthwhile investment because the apps that I use are things like Premiere Pro to edit my videos, Lightroom to edit my photos, Photoshop for my thumbnails, Illustrator and InDesign for any other design projects we've got going on, and then After Effects, which I'm definitely still trying to learn. Now, the next app that I've been using a ton recently is called Slack. But the reason I've been using this a lot more lately is we just hired 2 interns. So this helps us keep track of all of our communication. You can create different channels. So what we use this for are the different types of projects we got going on. It allows us to upload different files. So usually I'll just send a couple thumbnail options and we'll all vote to see which one we like the best. Especially with our team being in different time zones, this allows us to communicate a lot more effectively and make sure that all the tasks we need to get done are completed accordingly. Slack is a great app, especially if you have a lot of team projects that you're working on, and it has massively changed the way that our team has been working. An app that I don't use a ton is going to be Logic Pro, but anytime I'm feeling creative and just want to get some beats going, I will plug in my keyboard and open up Logic Pro to just create some beats, or if I want to try and create covers of songs, then Logic Pro has been my choice of software. The last few apps are ones that I use mostly for school. Obviously, first one's going to be Zoom. Now that we are moving over to online courses in the fall, I think just about every university is going to be heavily relying on Zoom. So I just have that downloaded straight onto my laptop. In addition to that, I have Notability, which is synced with my iPad. So anytime I want to take notes on my laptop or my tablet, I'm able to seamlessly sync between the two. Honestly, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this What's on My Laptop. These are the apps that I use not only to help manage my businesses, but also to create content and just binge some Netflix when I'm feeling bored. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like down below. Comment if you have any other ideas for videos that we should make, and make sure to head to the link in my description to check out Surfshark because it's going to be a game changer if you guys are running out of content to watch. As always, don't stress, finesse, peace.
Every night fucks every day up. Every day patches the night up. Oh God, you should match it, it's that KO. No white lighters till I fuck my 28th up. 1998, my family had the Acura. Oh, the legend. Every night fucks every day up.